Goals so far, Rangers none. Another good job by the Islanders.
Morrow shot is sticked aside by Scott. Battle along the boards. Morrow trying to keep it in. Now Brent Sutter gets over there. Here's John Tonelli with a puck, looking for some shooting room. Ahead for Brent Sutter. Soft shot is sticked aside by Scott and cleared away by Greshner. Shot from the point by Leiter. He scores. Ken Leiter beats his former Michigan State teammate, Ron Scott. It's 1-0 Islanders.
That was a good shot from the point, but good penetration by the Islanders in front of the net. The puck was up in the air and almost put in. You see the Islander on the right there. He takes a whack at it, baseball style. But look at that. 3 Rangers converge. Bobby Brook came back a little bit too far. Greshner and Ruotsalainen were already there and should have stayed out there. Leiter scores the goal. Ken Leiter.
First goal of the season for Ken Leiter, who played at Michigan State, as did Ron Scott, as did Mark Hamway, and Kelly Miller. All Michigan State alums out on the ice tonight. On the near boards, Hamway, number 34. Now LaFontaine.
Be careful.
He's bumped by Ledger. Centers across. Wayne Sutter gets over to plate behind the net. Now Ledger is there. LaFontaine slows him up. They tangle, and now it's Helminen trying to get away from Hamway. Good forechecking by the Islanders here. Now Helminen picks up the puck. Try to hit Kelly Miller. Stefan Pearson takes it back. A little over 3 minutes gone by in the first period.
That goal, Leiter is first. Coulter and Brent Sutter get the assist at 2:30 the first period. That's his first NHL goal.
Here is Trottier coming in. Checked by Helminen, knocked away by Huber. Trottier again to Bossy. Bossy's shot was blocked by Richmond. Here's Helminen out. Drops it to Mark Osborne. Osborne tied up in center, does some shoving. Penalty's going to be called on Osborne.
He cross-checked Bassett. Or high-sticked him, one or the other.
Osborne was roughed up a little bit last night, took exception to it, and did some shoving of his own, got called for it.
He gets high-sticking here, and the Islanders will go on the first power play of this game. It's high-sticking at 3:43. You see Ted Sater talking to Ronnie Greshner, probably about positional play or something like that. The Islanders, I can't believe they are 19th in the league.
That's hard to believe.
Last year they were first.
Pearson along the boards to Tonelli. Tonelli comes off the boards. Goes up for Brent Sutter, but lost it.
I can see why when they do a play like that.
Islanders were 0 for 4 on the power play against the Rangers last night. Brook doing a good job. Takes the puck away from Brent Sutter. Rather from Pat Flatley. Lear playing it back to his own goal. Minute 25 to go, and the Islanders power play as Tonelli recovers the puck. 1-0 Islanders, 15:35 to go first period. Tonelli fires it in. Scott has it bounce over a stick. Brook tying up Brent Sutter, works his way free. Boudelier from the point. Deflected, hit the outside of the net. Patrick Flatley has the puck. Back for Boudelier. Now to Pearson. To Boudelier. Brent Sutter back to Boudelier. Paul Boudelier shoots, deflected off Brook. Up the boards, Flatley goes over, beaten to it. Cleared by Bob Brook. 50 seconds to go in the power play. Pearson. Bossy across the line. Bossy looking, goes across ice. That one shot all the way through, past LaFontaine and out of the zone.
That was a dumb play by Dineen. He had all sorts of time. There was nobody. The Islanders going in.
Bossy tries again. But by Hubert. Dineen. Around to LaFontaine. Out of the corner he comes. Centers deflected by James Patrick. Bossy picks it up. 22 seconds to go in the power play. Pass, Trottier. Pearson. Rather Janssen. Centers all the way across. Dineen has the puck. Checked by Sandstrom. Over comes Ridley. Ridley has the puck and cleared. And that'll do it. Final seconds tick off.
Islanders look like they're passing the puck, trying to set up too much instead of thinking of shooting.
Here comes Trottier. Osborne's back on. LaFontaine tied up by Laidlaw. The puck off the stick of Dineen. Janssen has it. 14 minutes to go in the first period. 1-0 Islanders on the goal by Ken Leiter. Osborne trying to tie up Kortko. Lost it to Trottier. Osborne on Trottier. Osborne goes down, lost his stick. Leiter sends it into the corner. Laidlaw tries to break it up. A lot of physical play out there right now. Trottier centering back.
And Van Helleman's letting him play.
Rangers recover the puck. Delayed offside whistle against the Islanders with 13:38 to go in this first period. As you look at Roger Kortko.
Talking to Osborne there, probably about something. Maybe Osborne got caught behind the net or doing something that he shouldn't have done. Ted Sater handles very well. I like the way he goes and talks to the guys right after they come back from the ice if they make a mistake. We haven't seen a lot of that with the Rangers coaches over the years.
John Maloney with a knee problem. Beck's shoulder is improving. McPhee out for the second night in a row with a hip pointer. Suffered actually in the Toronto game and was very sore last night. And he was a late scratch last night.
There's a little slashing going on between Allison and Flatley.
Allison's heading off.
I think Flatley will go too. They were slashing at each other's ankles right in between, right off the face-off they started. So they'll go each for 2 minutes probably for slashing. And it'll still be 5 aside. Steve Richmond, he played very well, I thought.
Oh, beautiful setup on that goal by
That was a nice drop pass.
Allison and Flatley go off 2 minutes each. No loss in manpower. Still skating 5 aside. Islanders with a 1-0 lead on Leiter's goal.
6:27 the time of those penalties. Indeed, it is slashing.
High hit by Brent Sutter along the boards on Ridley, but here comes Ridley with the puck. Ridley playing the left wing on the Pavlich line. Ridley tries to feed the right side of Ruotsalainen and does. He's tied up from behind by Brent Sutter. In comes Tonelli trying to work it free. And now Boudelier has it. Ball Boudelier off the stick of Neil Coulter. Back into the Rangers zone, into the Islanders zone, excuse me, around the boards. Sandstrom lost it to Tonelli. And a whistle stops play. With 12:56 to go.
There's a guy they need. They need him badly. Brent Sutter.
What a season he had. And he was injured in the first meeting of the year between the two teams when was checked by Sandstrom, suffered a shoulder separation.
There's a pretty good stat right there. Against the Rangers, that's pretty good. 11 goals in 13 games. You take that anytime.
He's played only 7. This is only his 8th game of the season. So he missed 12. And we need him back. Nice feed for Hamway. Hamway with Richmond getting back. Hamway with a shot off the stick of Richmond into the crowd.
Yeah, and see Steve Richmond doing a good job staying with Hamway. Hamway.
Another graduate of Michigan State.
It says in the books here, it says 5'11", 170 pounds. He looks bigger than that to me from there.
I got him at 6 feet 190. He's grown since your book was
right
written.
Here. Look at this. Right here in the official New York Ranger program sheet.
Mark Hamway played 75 games with Springfield last season.
5'11", he looks bigger than that.
He is.
He is.
Kelly Miller intercepts, comes out with Osborne and Helmanen on 3-on-2. Osborne takes it across. Osborne shoots, saves Smith. Osborne checked by Janssen.
That's the first shot by the Rangers.
Islanders have 6. Osborne steals, feeds Helmanen, and it's knocked away and cleared out. Shots are 6-1 for the Islanders. Already an indication that they have increased their tempo of play from last night.
And they're going to tighten up defensively too.
Basson feeds Trottier, taps it over to Bossy, who's tied up by Laidlaw.
But the key is the mid-ice zone between the two blue lines. Control.
Osborne trying to come out. Basson's got him tied up. Feed for Bossy is off his skate. Deneen lifts it up.
He's in.
Bossy's racing for the puck. Bossy, excuse me, that's Coulter, number 32, just hitting the ice. And offside whistled against the Islanders. You're watching Rangers hockey on Madison Square Garden Network.
Costco, Renault, AMC Jeep, New Jersey's largest Jeep dealer. It's now Jeepland. We're smashing the prices on our huge inventory. We've done it before, now we're doing it again.
No, don't break another windshield.
All right, well, smash savings without smashing windshields.
See, my son always listens to me when I tell him something.
Costco, Renault, AMC Jeep is now Jeepland, Route 17 South in Paramus.
Network.
Ronnie Greshner playing very, very well at center. Scored again last night. Leads the active Rangers in career goals against the Islanders. He has 15 of them. 10 points in the last 8 games. He's playing well, and he's going to get better as
that line has been getting really a great number of chances. A lot of shots on goal. Nice rush by Ledyard. Ledyard still carries, pushes to Greshner. Greshner looks, deflects on goal off the glove of Smith. Erickson picks it up. Back to James Patrick for a shot. Hit the post.
Head on. Billy Smith does not look sharp in that.
Benelli sending it in.
I mean, Ruotsalainen, the first shot just missed the net, almost got it. That one was just a snapshot by Ruotsalainen. Dinged off the goal post.
Here's Brook. He had a couple of good chances last night. Greshner shoots, deflected wide. Rebound. Erickson being tied up along the boards. Brook is hit. Erickson still digging, gets it back to the point. Greshner takes it and winds it around. Morrow, faced by Erickson. In comes Ruotsalainen. Brook.
Yeah, I like when the Rangers do that. See that? Ruotsalainen went in and pinched, and Brook backed him up.
Race for the puck. Hamway tied up. And good play by James Patrick on Hamway, making the touch for icing.
Yes, it was. James Patrick has been playing real well at left defense with Ray Ruotsalainen with the injury to Barry Beck. James Patrick moved to the left side at first. I think he was a little, out of place and didn't feel right, but he's been coming on very well.
First 2 games this season were played at the Nassau Coliseum. Lifetime Islanders holding the edge.
Billy Smith, in goal, has 24 wins, 14 losses, 1 tie lifetime against the Rangers with a 3.3 average. That's the difference between the Islanders now and I think last year. They got a lot of goals scored against them.
Baudelaire firing it ahead for LaFontaine, broken up by Richmond. Scott comes out, but is knocked away by Huber. Wayne Sutter after the puck bangs with Richmond. Pavlich comes over. Off the stick of Sandstrom, and it finds Ridley. Ridley poke checked away by Pearson, offside Rangers. Good play by Janssen comes ahead. Midway point of the first period, 1-0. Islanders leading it on the goal by Ken Leiter, whose puck along the boards, picked up by Greg Gilbert. He's double teamed, it hit hard and knocked down. Puck is still loose in the corner. Work free. Huber has it.
That's Flatley and Allison have been going at it with the sticks.
If there's anyone who's going to be strong along the boards and hit hard, it's going to be Flatley. Good shot by Steve Patrick. Rebound is poked away, deflected off the stick of Smith. Greg Gilbert has it. Steve Patrick, who scored a pretty goal last night, with a good chance. There in the first period, Rogers gets away from Patrick Flatley. Rogers on the rush. Drives one that's wide of the net. Played on the far side by Bob Basson. Kept in by Sandstrom. Throws it in front. It's gloved head high by Billy Smith. Shows it to Rogers in front. And play is stopped with 9:18 to go, first period.
Do you think that Billy Smith might get a little action before this game's over?
I think so. Around the boards. Bossy is checked, but works it ahead for Trottier, then it's poked away. Sandstrom trying to keep it in. Basson gets it to Trottier. Feed for Bossy. Getting back is Laidlaw. The shot goes wide. Ledyard plays it on the far side. Grant Ledyard ahead for Ridley. Ridley for Pavlich. Broken up by Leiter. Shots were 6-0. They're now 6-5. On the boards. Centered for Bossy. Scores! Bossy breaking down the middle.
You can't let Bossy alone, that's for sure. Mike Ridley was right behind him, but let him go, and he knows it. And Bossy banks it off the right goalpost of Ron Scott into the net. Michael Bossy. Good play by Basson here. There's Ridley, 18. He overskates the puck. Now watch on the left of your screen as Bossy comes streaking in, and then watch the right goalpost. That went right between the legs. Well, Sam, the eyeballs are failing me. I thought that hit the holding. Folks, what can I say? Wrong.
Maybe time to see the optometrist.
You're right.
Nice center, and it hit the outside of the net. Coulter coming in with that shot. Bossy with his 13th gives the Islanders a 2-0 lead.
Bossy from Basson at 11:15.
Islanders looking a lot sharper than last night. Really skating well tonight. Thrown in by Trottier, rather by Tonelli. Coulter takes a hit from Osborne. Brent Sutter throws it in front. Scott sends to Miller. Kelly Miller. Sent by Tonelli. Helmanen sends it in.
I can't believe that's oh, wow.
Stopped by Huber at the line. Shot was stopped by Billy Smith. Osborne. On for Pearson. And here's Brent Sutter. 7:50 to go, first period. Islanders lead 2-0. And they quieted the crowd a little bit. Scott with that save.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Scott right now. The crowd's going to start getting on him. And really, what can you do?
Billy Smith tied up with Erickson, centered in front, and Brook was pushed away, but a penalty is called.
Going to get a roughing penalty. He punched Erickson in the back of the head with his catching glove, and this will give the Rangers a big break.
7:31 to go in this first period, and a power play for the Rangers.
This gets 2 minutes for roughing. Watch now his glove hand as Erickson pokes in there. There's a punch right in the side of the head. 12:29.
That tells the story.
Hamway serving the penalty. And the Rangers power play 6. Last year the Islanders were #1 in the league in penalty killing.
Pavlich tied up by Brent Sutter. Part of the reason they're struggling a little bit.
That's right. Their special teams has not been good also.
But last year they started slowly also, I remember, and they came on in the second half of the season. The special teams for the Islanders got a lot better later on. Nice move by James Patrick. Feet for Pavlich, blocked in front.
That's a good play by Trottier right there.
Bossy.
Where was the defenseman?
Trottier goes back to play it. Johnson and Morrow are the defensemen on for the Islanders. Pavlich, Sandstrom, and Ridley up front. Huber and Ledgerd on the points. Ledgerd has the puck. Ledgerd sends it around. Flatley is there to play it. Couldn't control. Huber comes down with a shot. Saves Smith. Bats it up into the air. Ridley plays it. Try to wind it around. Janssen clears it up the glass and out of the zone. 55 seconds to go in the power play. Giveaway by Scott, but taken back by Ledgerd. Loose. And a penalty called on the Rangers, hooking.
That all started with Scott and Ledgerd mixing up on where they should have been. Ronnie Scott came out of his net and was undecided on what to do with the puck. Watch this. Now he wants to go back and he doesn't get good wood on it. And Kortko intercepts and boy, bounces right off, and watch Ledgerd now grab Kortko, gives him a little hook, and down he goes. Ledgerd for hooking at 13:40.
Happens with 50 seconds to go, and the Rangers in the Islander penalty. Being served by Hamway.
Ted City just
Billy Smith
walked over to talk to Reggie Higgs about something. Higgs is in communication with Jack Birch up in the press box.
Teams are 4 aside right now, and in 50 seconds the Islanders will wind up with a minute 10 power play. Rogers breaking down against Morrow. Hooked from behind by Flatley. Rogers still in control. Feet for James Patrick. Morrow plays it first. Back behind the net. Ken Leiter. Leiter hits Kortko. James Patrick is back. Kortko comes in with a shot that's blocked. Hit by James Patrick. Ruotsalainen takes over. 5:50 to go, first period. 2-0 Islanders. Goals by Leiter and Bossy. Ruotsalainen, the shot. Saves Smith in the midsection. Throws it in the corner. Ruotsalainen tied up with Leiter. Morrow sends it around, but Laidlaw will play it. Laidlaw to the goal line. Centers off the stick of Smith. Bounces into the corner.
Nice kicking.
And whistle for stick above the shoulder.
Very smart centerman. He was very good with the puck, right-handed player. Just smart player.
I guess that's why he wound up as a coach.
Not necessarily. I don't know whether it's so smart being a coach.
Islanders have a man advantage with 55 seconds now left in the penalty to Ledgerd. Trottier comes in, feed to Brent Sutter in front, and it hit the side of the net. Bossy tied up by Laidlaw, gets it to Trottier, centered, and Huber was holding on to Brent Sutter in front, and is cross-checking Brent Sutter in front. Trottier tied up with Laidlaw behind the net. Bossy goes over to get to the puck. Bossy comes out and shoots, deflected wide. This is a pretty good power play for the Islanders as Janssen shoots wide and Scott smothers the rebound.
Willie Huber did a good job in front of the net that time. He had one hand on his stick and pushing with the other hand, so it wasn't watch now. See him pushing, and then he grabs the stick and holds on. But Ronnie Scott was leaning the opposite way, trying to see the puck. Those are two big guys standing in front of him. 29 seconds left on the penalty to Grant Ledger.
4:49 to go in the first period. Islanders leading it 2-0. LaFontaine.
He's been playing real well, hasn't he, LaFontaine?
11 goals, 16 points. And he'll be visiting with Bruce Beck later on this evening in the second and third periods.
He didn't score last night, but he still has 5 goals in the last 5 games.
He had some good chances, the best chances of any of the Islanders last night. Pearson, man advantage for another 15 seconds for the Islanders. Scott stops the puck, leaves it to James Patrick, who drives it. It was blocked nicely by Dwayne Sutter. LaFontaine comes out of the corner, trying to tee up a shot, goes back instead of Pearson for the shot that's high off the glass. LaFontaine looks around.
That's it. Look at the Islanders. Nobody in front. Then they go.
Shot by Boudelier is wide. Ledyard is back. Teams are at full strength with 4:10 to go in the first period. Ledyard comes across with a wrist shot. It's kicked out by Billy Smith. Pearson picks it up. Pearson drops it back for Paul Boudelier. Boudelier needs some help on the back line. Kenny Morrow comes out. We're in the middle of a change. Morrow and Pearson. Ruotsalainen has the puck. Jan Eriksson scored his second goal of the season last night. That's off the skate.
He's had some great chances, Eriksson.
Almost had another one last night. Eriksson in front again, tied up by Morrow, who takes him into the corner. Greshner comes over. He's wrapped up. Throws it side of the net. Smith stops it for Morrow. A bump from Osborne. Richmond pinches in to stop the puck. It's finally cleared out to center.
Ledyard has it. Richmond pinches in. Greshner backs him up. Beautiful.
Ledyard in control. Feed for Kelly Miller against Leiter, two Michigan State teammates. Battle along the side of the net. Osborne. Now Richmond and Portco.
I think it's Leiter who grabbed.
And now we've got everybody involved. A couple of pileups, but right now.
I think it's Leiter and Osborne. I'm not sure. No, that's Leiter there.
There's Flatley. Oh, Flatley's involved.
And that all started because Richmond came in and shouldn't have, because the faceoff, there was nothing going on. The faceoff now will be outside that blue line. Well, that's good too, though. He goes in and protect his teammates.
Andy Van Helleman's standing there, make sure things settle down.
You got to watch Greg Gilbert with Kelly Miller. He's starting to push, or not with Kelly Miller.
With Grant Ledyard.
He started to push him. Now Ken Leiter and Richmond.
Now Miller is in there with Leiter. Those are former Michigan State teammates.
And
they should just try to talk to him and say, come on, let's settle down. Portco and Richmond are ready to square off again. Richmond being talked to by Kevin Collins, the linesman. Now Richmond's trying to find his gloves. Everybody just checking things out. Portco looking around. Okay, as they sort out the gloves and sticks, we'll sort out the penalties and get back to you in a moment.
A lot of pushing going on.
Plays it up the boards. Pearson has it again. Stopped by Ruotsalainen.
Good play.
Feed. The shot by Sandstrom deflects into the corner. Sandstrom again. Lost it to Trottier. Dumped by Ridley. Pavlich with a back pass. James Patrick. Pavlich. Pavlich comes in. Boudelier meets him. James Patrick. Ruotsalainen. James Patrick. Pavlich. Shoots high off the glass. Trottier blocked by James Patrick. Poked away. Pavlich tried to get it to Sandstrom, who keeps it in. Now it's cleared out. 1 minute to go in the Rangers power play. Ruotsalainen feed for Pavlich. Tied up by Boudelier. Up the boards. Ruotsalainen comes down. Stops it. Into the corner. Sandstrom. Checked by Pearson. They still battle. Pearson and Sandstrom in the corner. Pearson goes down on top of the puck. And in comes Trottier, has a stick up on Sandstrom. Pearson and Sandstrom.
Well, Sandstrom, Pearson knows about Sandstrom in the Swedish league, that he likes, he likes to mix it up, and he's not going to take a lot.
45 seconds to go on the power play.
I love those hats.
Well, you know what it does? It saves on the hands. You don't have to clap as much. You just let the hat do the clapping. All right?
Please.
I'm going to buy you one of those.
Okay. I'll use it on the golf course when I make a good putt next year. I'll clap for us.
Rangers power play. They were 1 for 3 on the power play last night. They've had at least one power play goal in 14 of the last 15 games. Greshner in the corner. Helminen. Rook is in front. Now Greshner's in front as well. James Patrick, Ruotsalainen shoots. Score!
Great shot.
Great shot off the pass from James Patrick. Power play goal. It's 2-1.
Absolutely a super shot by Reijo Ruotsalainen, and Billy Smith was very slow in reacting with his white pad on that one. And he's angry about it. Okay, let's take a look at it. Now the puck comes back to Patrick. Watch the left of your screen as it just comes over, and Reijo's backing up and still shoots it and just goes by Billy Smith on the short side. And that goal shouldn't have been in as far as Billy Smith is concerned. He should have been out a little farther probably. But Reijo has hit the goal post and missed the net on another one and finally puts it in.
4th goal of the year for Ruotsalainen, his 3rd power play goal. 2-1. Islanders lead it. Greshner carries. Fakes. Still moving in. Tied up.
That'll get the Rangers going a little better now.
Here's Dwayne Sutter with a puck. Met by Ledger. Feed for LaFontaine, who's tied up by Eriksson. Knocked down by Gordonine, but picked up by Eriksson. Comes in against Janssen. Eriksson has it poked away by Janssen. Now hits the back of the net. LaFontaine comes back to help. Puck in the corner. Greshner trying to find it. Less than a minute to go. In this period, loose puck in front. Rook was tied up by Hamway. Greshner was taken down in front, drawing the boos from the crowd. Hamway comes in with a drive. Glove save by Scott. Ledyard overskates the puck, then recovers. 40 seconds to go, first period. Kelly Miller. Miller across the line, drops to Brook. Brook drops for Richmond. Richmond in front, deflected by Helminen. Helminen again had it knocked away. Pinelli trying to find the puck. There's the zone. Good pressure now. Rangers have really come alive.
They sure have.
Picked up by Helminen. Goes it in the Islander zone. Smith comes out. Knocked down by Sandstrom. He's tripped up. Helminen has the puck. Sandstrom tied up by Boudelier, trying to work it in front. Off the stick of Smith. Pearson gets it ahead. Here comes Tonelli. That should end the first period. Here comes Coulter. Couldn't get a shot off in time. First period ends. But ends on a rousing note for the Rangers.
Absolutely. Ruotsalainen scored that goal. The power play goal is 4th. James Patrick and Reijo Helminen get the assist at 18-14. And the Rangers worked very hard in that last 10 minutes.
Islanders got the first goal. Ken Leiter at 2.
Goal his 4th at 18-14. Shots on goal, 11 Islanders, 10 Rangers. Brent Sutter with 3 leading the Islanders. Ruotsalainen and Huber each with 2 for the New York Rangers. Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by Ivory. For a pure, natural kind of clean, lather up with Ivory. By Dry Sack, when you want it light but still want to taste the bite. And by new Mobile Super Unleaded, the high-octane gasoline with a plus. Al Arbor said before the game, the key tonight is skating, skating, skating. That's what the Islanders did in the first period. Back upstairs to Sam and Phil.
Underway, second period. Morrow lifting the puck out. And all the way down, this will be an icing as James Patrick makes the touch.
Ronnie Scott, he's a competitor. This little guy is a good competitor, and he plays a lot like he goes down and he spread eagles, and a lot of shots beat him between the legs. He's not a big guy. So.
In his defense, though, it's tough. He hasn't played all that much. He played the game in Minnesota November the 9th, and then played a little bit right at the end of the Toronto game on Wednesday night.
You don't have to defend him to me. You understand? I'm not. I'm just telling you the way it is. And this guy here is the ultimate, and I mean ultimate professional. I'd have him on my team anytime.
The money man, the money goaltender, the Whitey Ford of goaltenders. James Patrick bumped by Bob Basson. He's digging for the puck. It's loose. Ridley's being hooked by Trottier, who kept him away from the puck. Ridley was trying to reach it, couldn't do it. That wrist shot goes wide. On the boards, Ridley just kicks it out of the zone.
A little indecisiveness by Janssen there. The puck is there, and he sort of hedged, and then the Rangers got it out.
A lot of familiar names missing from the Islanders lineup tonight. Potvin, Gillies, Nystrom. Potvin out with an ear infection. Gillies scratched. Not been playing much. Ruotsalainen coming in. Looking. Pavlich heading in front. Ruotsalainen feeding Ridley. Save is made, and Smith has got it.
That was a good save by Billy Smith, and what a beautiful play the Rangers pulled off there. A 3-on-2, or actually a 4-on-2, and a beautiful pass back by Reijo Ruotsalainen right into the Mike Ridley, who was the trailer. But watch Mark Pavlich go towards the net. As he forced in there, you see Ridley come behind, took Greg Gilbert off the game, and Gilbert didn't look around enough to pick up his man, and Billy Smith came out and smothered.
Breshner on with Brook and Eriksson. Last night that line had 10 shots on goal. The Sandstrom, Pavlich, and Ridley line had 10 shots on goal.
Wow.
And getting a lot of chances. Brook, of course, had the hat trick against Toronto. Pinelli pushing it ahead. Scott plays it around. Neil Coulter is there, number 32 for Brent Sutter. He's bumped by Laidlaw. Brent Sutter trying to kick it free. Still in control of the puck, trying to work it out in front for a shot and a save by Scott. What a play by Brent Sutter, forcing his way in front.
I think Ronnie Scott is going down a little bit too quick there. That time, if he hadn't, probably would have scored a goal, but still seems to be down on his knees very quickly.
Eriksson pulled down, and I think the crowd helped call that penalty.
I think you're right.
Pearson yelling at Andy Van Hellemond on that one. Eriksson pulled down in the corner.
You can see the sign. That's holding. When the referee grabs his left hand, Pearson holding Jan Eriksson. Let's take a look. And Eriksson gives a big dive.
The crowd gave a big roar.
And Pearson goes for a penalty.
And Andy Hellemond calls the penalty.
1:49, third power play for the Rangers. 1 for 2 so far.
.11 to go. The Rangers, power play goal scored by Ruotsalainen.
Sorry, Sam. 2 for 7 so far against the Islanders on power plays this year.
And Trottier, former scoring champion, former MVP. Sandstrom, quick shot went wide.
You know, with that power play goal that Ruotsalainen scored, the Islanders have allowed 7 power play goals in the last 15 times short in 4 games. Wow.
Ruotsalainen to Pavlich. Dumps it in the corner. Bossy comes over. That hit somebody on the Rangers bench, and that brings the whistle. Stopping play.
I noticed Kenny Morrow, who's playing the left side, and Janssen plays the right side. Kenny Morrow is, I think, a very steady defenseman. And his knees, he was never a good skater in the first place, I don't think, but he sure got the job done defensively.
Kenny Morrow, another U.S. Olympic hero in 1980 out of Bowling Green University. Injuries have really taken a lot out of him.
He's looking down there. There's a meeting about why the faceoff is inside. And Brian Trottier wins his point, and the faceoff comes outside.
And Van Hellemond telling Van Beesbroek to get off the edge of the boards there. Van Beesbroek said, hey, it wasn't me. Now Van Hellemond is telling the other players, move back.
I see the puck probably hit one of them, and that's what Brian Trottier was talking about.
Look at Van Beesbroek hanging over the boards. He's almost on the ice. He's into the game. Dineen clears the puck.
That was a good feature they had on Van Beesbrook in between periods.
He's really come of age, blossoming into a
I like what Donnie Maloney
goaltender.
said. There's no question he's cocky with that, and he's right. You need that in a goaltender. That cocky confidence.
Interesting that he compared him to Billy Smith in that confidence factor. Ruotsalainen trying to control the puck. Minute to go in the Rangers power play. Dineen able to clear it. Good work by the Islanders. Ledyard tries to carry but lost to Flatley. Flatley comes in with Brent Sutter. Sutter after the puck with Huber. Good work by the Islanders here. Outstanding work. And cleared again. 35 seconds to go in the Rangers power play. Ledyard checked by Coulter. Brook taps it over to Greshner. Now Greshner comes in. Brook to the net. Greshner checked by Morrow. Greshner picks up the puck again. Brook behind the net. Brook looking for Sandstrom. Brook centers for Ledyard. It's Osborne who went in front. Osborne on now. 10 seconds to go in the Rangers power play. Brook comes in, checked by LaFontaine, winds it into the corner. Morrow and Greshner are there. Big hit by Greshner on Morrow.
Was it ever?
Stopped by Richmond. Teams at full strength. Stick save by Smith. Puck comes out to center. Two on one. Coulter and LaFontaine. Richmond back. LaFontaine shoots. He scores.
What a shot. Oh, what a shot he just put up. I'm going to tell you something, folks. This shows you how this guy can score goals. This was an unbelievable shot. The puck is picked up. It's a 2-on-1. Now watch LaFontaine put this high. He knows Scott goes down. That puck went right under the crossbar. A beautiful shot. Okay, look, from this angle, you're going to see it better. Now watch the left side. That crossbar. Watch underneath. Oh, what a shot that was. Absolutely perfect.
12th goal of the season for Pat LaFontaine. 3-1 Islanders. LaFontaine once in his last year in junior scored 234 points. Broke all kinds of records. 104 goals and 130 assists. Hamway with the puck. In front, and it's steered aside by Scott. Osborne clears the zone. Halmanen feeds Miller. Islanders have regained the 2-goal lead.
How many times have you seen it? I'll talk about it in a second.
Pearson hooked from behind by Osborne, taken away by Miller. Couldn't keep it in the zone. Rangers are offside. 15:28 to go in the second period.
LaFontaine is 12. Coulter and Pearson the assist. 4:02.
Really showing. Nobody shines like you. Yeah, you make America work, and this buzz for you.
Here's to you, Beechwood Age, for that clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
This buzz for you.
Off the face-off play in the Rangers zone. Ruotsalainen carries the puck. 3-1. Islanders lead it. Good rush by Ruotsalainen. Steve Patrick sends it around near side for Rogers. Rogers to Ruotsalainen, whose shot is deflected into the corner. Morrow comes over. Allison on him, slashing at Morrow. Morrow forcing his way up the boards and clearing the zone. Ledyard drives one on goal that Smith stops. Smith looking a little bit sharper here in the second period. Worked out by Bossy. Feeds Trottier. Trottier drops the puck back, kept in by Leiter. Bossy in the corner. Back behind the net is Trottier. Trottier looks, surveys the situation, looking for a man who can score a goal, then tries himself, and it's blocked by Laidlaw. Trottier again, checked by Ledyard. Bossy comes in. Ledyard working against Trottier in the corner. Now Allison trying to clear the zone. Couldn't do it. Feed to Trottier. The backhander sticked aside by Scott. Laidlaw and Bossy battling in front.
Laidlaw just, it's about time.
Johnson shoots wide, and a penalty is upcoming on the Rangers.
I guess it's about time.
And the whistle stops play. It's high sticking on Tommy Laidlaw, and the Islanders have a power play coming up with 13:50 to go in the second period and a 3-1 lead.
Laidlaw gets 2 minutes for high sticking at 6 minutes 10 seconds. The Islanders go on their third power play. 0 for 3 so far. 1 for 10 so far against the Rangers this year.
You think they're going to get shut out here? They're 0 for 2. This is their third? Okay. You already gave them an 0 for 3.
Did I? Oh.
Okay. Sorry, Paul.
Oh, okay, Sam.
Here comes LaFontaine. 3-1 Islanders.
But even.
Oh, you've been ahead of me all night. Richmond sends it around the boards to Pearson and kicks it around. Pearson blocks it again. Brent Sutter. It's a big kill. LaFontaine for the Rangers, and a big point in the game for the Islanders as well. Huber wrapping up LaFontaine, and the Rangers able to clear the puck. 10 to go in the power play. 13 minutes to go, second period, 3-1 Islanders. Goodelier drives one around the boards. Tonelli trying to get to it. Huber couldn't clear. Tonelli plays it to Trottier, hit by James Patrick. Up behind the net. LaFontaine looking. Patrick pushes it to the boards. Sandstrom picks it up and clears the zone. Janssen to Goodelier. And Sandstrom clears it down. Good work by Thomas Sandstrom. 30 seconds to go in the penalty to Tom Laidlaw. Trottier sees who's behind him, carries in. It's Janssen with him. Now Bossy goes ahead into the corner. Trottier comes out, shoots, saves, Scott, rebound. Scott couldn't control it, and now he does. Smothers it. And we get the sticks up in front again. Sandstrom's involved.
Sandstrom and Basson. Basson kept pushing in there. Brent Ledyard took him out, and Basson tried to flip it up over Ronnie Scott, and then Sandstrom came in. Okay, Brian Trottier coming in left of your screen. Watch Trottier or Bossy come through. Now Basson's on the right of your screen right now. He tries to flip it, and watch Thomas Sandstrom. He'll come in 28 on the left. There he is, and right now as he starts pushing in, that's what that started. All that stuff. There are 17 seconds left to the penalty to Tommy Laidlaw.
Off the draw, it's Roger Kortko, number 11, comes in against Richmond. Back pass to Janssen. Now to Kortko. Richmond plays it up the boards. Miller blocked by Janssen. Good play by Janssen. Is poked free, and now Miller clears it. And that does it. Laidlaw's back, team for at full strength. And you were right. The Islanders are 0 for 3 on the power play. See? Dineen. Here comes Patrick Flatley, sending it in. Off the stick of Scott. Good play by Greg Gilbert centering, but Ledyard takes it away, throws it up, and out of the zone. Miller. Across the line, Osborne against Dineen. Osborne centers, and it comes out of the zone. He was trying to hit Ramo Helmanen, but the pass was behind him. On the board, Billy Smith stops it. Dineen sends it around. Comes all the way down. Icing was waved off as Ruotsalainen plays it. 3-1 Islanders with 11 minutes to go in the second period. Jan Eriksson surrounded by blue shirts. Gets free. Eriksson. Back pass. That shot by Laidlaw. He fanned on it. It's still loose. Brooks' shot is smothered. It's underneath LaFontaine.
Good play by that young man right there, Pat LaFontaine.
Plays a little defense too.
Sure, he just dove in front of that puck. It takes a lot of courage to do that. You'll see it.
Ruotsalainen scored for the Rangers. Islanders out shooting the Rangers 17-12. Rangers have only 2 shots on goal in the second period. And again, a tribute to the Islanders. Good check. Here's a 2-on-1. Speed for LaFontaine is just behind him.
Good play by Laidlaw.
Ridley. LaFontaine takes the puck, tried to hit Dwayne Sutter, intercepted by Ledyard. This is Sandstrom. Hangs it off the boards. Smith plays it. Here's Ledyard for the shot, deflected off the stick of Mark Hamway. Richmond throws it, blocked off of Kenny Morrow, loose in front and then cleared aside. Dwayne Sutter fires it out of the zone. This will be an icing as Richmond comes back to make the touch. 10:03. Phone number for a good restaurant?
I don't know.
Centered across for Brent Sutter. Pearson pokes it ahead. Richmond has it. Coulter on him.
Probably line up juggling different ideas that he wanted to do. He's in.
Greshner tries to hit Erickson. It's past him. Pearson plays the puck. Boy, they're shooting from long range. They're just firing at Scott. James Patrick has the puck. Waits. Tied up by Bossy. Now it's Ruotsalainen. Ruotsalainen with Basson hurrying over. Stops. Cross ice Greshner. Off his skate. Greshner still wearing the captain's C with Barry Beck out of the lineup. Past Bossy and all the way down, and another icing will be called on the Islanders. Look at that number. One of the all-time greats. 563 wins. Al Arbour.
How long do you think he's going to coach?
As long as he wants. He'll make his own decision. Quick shot went wide by Osborne. He hit the post again dead on last night with a tremendous shot. He may lead the league in hitting the post. Offside. Bossy breaking down the right wing. 8:37 to go in the second period.
15 points against the Rangers.
Injuries really slowed him up again last year. Came on to score 28 goals. Kelly Miller working along the boards. But out come the Islanders. Thrown out by Flatley. Ledyard. Forechecking Greg Gilbert. Gilbert trying to find his stride after being out with the knee injury. This is Kelly Miller one-on-one against Kenny Morrow. Gloved by Billy Smith after it was deflected by Morrow. 8:05 to go.
This has not really developed into one of the real true Islander Ranger classics, I believe. Even last night's game, the Rangers won 5-0. But from a fan point of view, I mean, it was a good effort and a great win. But from a fan point of view, it's not as exciting.
Some of the excitement isn't there. But still a long way to go. John Van Beesbrook taking the night off after a tremendous performance. Well, I wouldn't say tremendous. It was a solid performance. He made a couple of good saves last night. Only had 17 shots on goal. A credit to the all-around team effort.
Right. That's a good team performance.
But that was his second shutout this year, third of his career, and his goals against average down to 2.72. Just under 8 minutes to go, second period. Who's puck in center, picked up by Steve Patrick. Patrick fires it off the boards. Near side, Mike Allison is there. Now Rogers in the corner. Tied up by LaFontaine. In comes Steve Patrick to help. Pearson comes over. Now Trudelier. Trying to work it out. It's stopped by Richmond. Work free. LaFontaine knocking it out. And takes a hard hit from Rogers. Huber to Steve Patrick. Off the stick of Rogers. Back comes Dwayne Sutter, but his feet for LaFontaine was taken back. Richmond lifts it up into the Islander bench, stopping play with 7:18 to go in the second. Up in the green seats is doing his thing in the aisle, trying to get the crowd stirred up a little bit. Dineen sends it around. James Patrick plays it. Dineen takes it back. Coulter checked by James Patrick. There's Greshner picking up the puck. Johnson there to meet him.
Tonelli was right back there.
Centered for Brook. He scores!
And John Tonelli made the dumbest play I've ever seen him make. I can't believe it.
What a pass, though, from Greshner to Brook. It's 3-2.
And Billy Smith is angry about it. And you'll see Tonelli, I had just finished saying he's on the left of your screen. I don't know why, but he starts going towards the middle to take the other guy and leaves his man wide open. Bobby Brook. Watch. Ruotsalainen's coming in, and he's been taken by his man, LaFontaine. But Tonelli, that's Tonelli right there in front of Billy Smith, just let Bobby Brook go. That is not a smart play by John Tonelli.
Bob Brook comes up with goal number 8. And he has surpassed all of last year's total. Morrow with a Wrist shot. Saved by Scott. Rebound is still loose. Played by the Islanders. Centered in front. Just missed by Coulter. Leiter keeps it in. Brent Sutter and Greshner tied up behind the net. In comes Tonelli. He's bumped by Ledyard. Tonelli pulls Ledyard down and has the puck. Tonelli at the goal line. Ledyard working on him with the stick. It comes all the way through to Brook. Brook looking up. Left wing. Ledyard comes in. He shoots. Saves Smith. And he lost his stick. Erickson has the puck. Smith is without the stick. Havlet. Shot by Richmond. Deflected by Morrow. Erickson comes out. Erickson shoots. Saved by Smith. Rebound is still loose.
What a save by Billy Smith.
Richmond again. Richmond pushing it ahead around the boards. Havlet's behind the net. Is pulled down. Penalty call. Morrow will go. And the Rangers have the momentum now. They scored to get within one and have a power play coming up.
Last Ranger goal, as you look at the replay and the penalty, Brook is 8, Greshner and Erickson the assist. Al Arbor must be fuming at John Tonelli right now. Morrow gets tripping at 14-16, the fourth power play for the Rangers. 1 for 3 so far.
Pavlich, Sandstrom, Ridley, Ruotsalainen, and James Patrick. Sandstrom to Ruotsalainen. He has the power play goal this evening. Ridley to Pavlich. He had a power play goal last night. Ridley still with the puck behind the net. Sandstrom, everybody all over Sandstrom in front. First Trottier, then Boudelier. Pearson lost it to Ridley. Ridley. Pearson bumps him. Ridley still after the puck. Back pass to James Patrick. Ahead for Ridley. Ridley. Sandstrom is being hit by Billy Smith in front. James Patrick shoots. Saves Smith. Good move by Sandstrom trying to screen. Boudelier cross-checking Sandstrom. Boy, does that guy take punishment. Centered in front. Bossy will clear. Thomas Sandstrom, you talk about sacrificing your body. That
sure
man
does.
Just gets belted in front. They pound him like a punching bag.
Well, they use the stick on his back and stuff like that. But that's part of the game. If you're going to stand in front of the net, you got to take it.
Courtco gets back for the puck. Good play by Roger Courtco. 55 seconds to go in the Rangers power play. Whistle stops play to
Sandstrom. And Sandstrom now with Paul Boudelier right there. Takes a good cross-check across the back. How do you say that again? Boudelier.
Boy, that's tough. You've got to leave a lot of welts on the back.
Sam, honest to God, you don't even feel it.
Really?
You don't feel it until after the game.
Oh, okay.
Unless the guy gets you right in the right spot. I've had a few of those babies myself.
Oh, talk about a guy standing in front.
The worst one who ever hit me was a cross-check was Dennis Potvin. It was the hardest I ever got one. Barry Beck got me once, too.
Is that right?
Yeah, and when he was in Colorado.
You tell him about that?
Absolutely, when he was here. Had him over to the house for dinner and wouldn't let him eat any squash.
Helminen sends it in. 25 seconds to go in the Rangers power play. Janssen drives it around the boards. In the corner. Kept in by Ledyard, but taken back by Janssen. Sends out Neil Coulter. Coulter with a drive high off the glass. 10 seconds to go, and the penalty to Kenny Morrow. Ledyard comes across, drops it off for Osborne. Around the shelf it goes. Greshner on the far side. Morrow is back in the team's at full strength. Helminen has the puck. James Patrick finds a way into the slot. His shot deflects wide. Osborne checked by Dineen, gets it to Helminen. Helminen looks around, tries to feed Greshner, but it's stopped by Dwayne Sutter, who clears it out.
Good try by Helminen.
LaFontaine all over James Patrick. LaFontaine gets the puck over to Hamway. Back for LaFontaine. It's past him. Here comes Crook with Miller. Miller across against Stefan Pearson. Miller looks. Feed for Ruotsalainen. He turns. Pokes it behind the net. Miller plays the puck in the corner. Checked by Dwayne Sutter and LaFontaine. Now Brook looks around. Hit by Dwayne Sutter. It's still alive. Richmond has it. Smith stops it behind the net. Up the boards. Huber comes down. LaFontaine couldn't clear. Rogers keeps it in. Pressure here by the Rangers. They haven't had any shots, though, and Hamway able to take it out. Hamway. LaFontaine on the right. Hamway breaks through. Hamway try to center. It's blocked by Huber. Richmond. And here we go the other way. Rogers carries. Rogers across. Rogers shoots. Saves Smith. And covers the rebound with 2:24 to go. In the second period, the action picking up. The Islanders still lead 3-2. Pavlich and Trottier on the draw. One by Pavlich. Laidlaw's shot is blocked. Good play by Trottier getting out off the faceoff to pick up Laidlaw.
Actually, Trottier's supposed to stay with his own man.
But he got out quickly on Laidlaw.
When he misses the faceoff like that.
Here comes Bossy. Laidlaw checks him. Around the boards. Bob Basson. Basson broke his stick. Pavlich comes out with Sandstrom. 2-on-2. Morrow is there. Sandstrom shot stick save. Smith.
Shot.
Ridley centers and takes a hard hit. And out comes Ken Leiter. Back for Bossy. Bossy across with Trottier. Trottier was bumped by Ledyard. Now by James Patrick. Stopped by Leiter, who shoots. It's blocked in front off Trottier. Here comes Pavlich. 3-on-2. Pavlich across with Ridley and Sandstrom. Sandstrom takes it and shoots. Saves Smith off the left arm. Ruotsalainen to Pavlich.
Billy Smith has sure been a lot sharper this period.
Tonelli on Pavlich. Sandstrom takes the puck back. 1:15 to go in the second period. 3-2 Islanders. Puck deflects to the side of the Rangers bench. And we got a pile up there. Whistle stops play. Sandstrom's involved again. So's Ridley.
Trottier gave him a pretty good shot. And Sandstrom tried to get back at him.
1:11 to go in the second period. Islanders leading 3-2. Rangers shot total is picked up. They'd had only 2 for the first 7 or 8 minutes of the period. Now have 20. Coming up between the second and third periods, Bruce will be talking with Pat LaFontaine, outstanding center of the Islanders. We'll have an NHL update, catch you up on the leaders around the NHL, and Phil and I will look at second period highlights. So stay with us between the second and third periods.
Looks like Thomas Sandstrom and Brian Trottier will go off for penalties. Sandstrom's in the box. There goes Trottier. He's talking to Van Hellemond, saying, "What do I do?" Well, Mr. Brian Trottier, you did give him a good shot.
1:11 left. Shots are 20-19 for the Rangers now. As we get the announcement of the penalties.
Number 19 of the Islanders, Brian Trottier, receives 2 minutes for high sticking.
Okay.
Number 28 of the Rangers, Thomas Sandstrom, receives 2 minutes for elbowing. Time of both penalties, 18 minutes, 49 seconds.
18:49, the time of those penalties.
They continue to skate 5 aside. Thomas Janssen has the puck and carries for the Islanders. Janssen looking right and left. Less than a minute to go in the second period. Feet for Tonelli. In the slot, he turns and shoots. Blocked in front. Coulter kept it in.
That time Ronnie Gressner got turned around watching the puck instead of his man.
Puck bounces past Bob Brook. Kept in by Coulter again. Brent Sutter. Checked by James Patrick. Centers. And there's Jan Eriksson to pick it up. Pass blocked by Coulter. Comes through to Bob Brook. 30 seconds to go in the period. Each team with a goal here in the second period. LaFontaine scoring for the Islanders. And Brook for the Rangers. Greshner at the red line feeds Jan Eriksson. Eriksson with a shot deflected by Morrow up into the...
Well, I agree with that. Oh, what a hit.
Flatley got belted by Laidlaw.
He also jumped up and there was no glass there.
Reminiscent of Iafrate. Then Pearson goes sliding into the boards. Bodies flying all over the place.
Ridley, Pearson was holding on and Ridley just flung him into the boards.
So the period has come to an end. Once again, the crowd on its feet in a close Rangers-Islanders battle.
Look at Arbor just yelling at Van Hellemond. That's what I don't understand. Why stand there and take it? Why not leave?
He's listening. He's letting Al Arbor state his case.
not just turn around and walk away?
And now Van Hellemond has given the Islanders the okay to leave the ice after the Rangers leave first. We've completed 2 at Madison Square Garden. And Al Arbour a little upset with Andy Van Hellemond right now. Islanders lead 3-2. You're watching Rangers hockey on Madison Square Garden.
Fontaine has excelled. He has 12 goals on the 1985-86 campaign. Pat, what's the big difference in your play from a year ago to this year?
Well, I just say, like I was talking to you earlier, I worked over the summer and did some upper body work about a month and a half before the season. And I feel healthy. I feel stronger than I did last year. And I had to face a few adversities last year that I guess I never had to face in my career. And it was a maturing process. And I think I came into this season more prepared for what to expect, I guess. So I feel a lot better.
One of the major adversities of a year ago was a bout with mononucleosis. Did it take you a long time, even during the summer, to rebound?
Yeah, it was, I'll tell you, it wasn't the nicest thing to go through. After Christmas, I think I started playing about 3 weeks after I had it, and I felt myself just before the season. It was kind of up and down, and you didn't feel like you had that little extra that helps you out and you need when you're out in the ice. So, like I say, it was over about a month or 2 into the summer, and then just before training camp, I worked out and I felt good. I feel myself. It's a nice feeling, and working hard. I got some line mates out there that are just working real hard. Mark Hamway and Dwayne Sutter, and they're creating chances. So it takes everybody.
Speaking of working hard, the Islanders working hard on this goal, and it was yours. We're going to show it to you in the second period. Take us through it.
Well, Neil Coulter just passed it to me, and I heard him say shoot, shoot, and he went for the net. So I just waited and waited, and he just gave me that corner. Just shot it, and hopefully hoping it would go in, and just caught the top.
Did you know you were going upstairs in the shot?
Yeah, just before I shot it, I was looking at Neil and looking, and then I saw the defenseman took Neil, so I heard him just say shoot, shoot, and I just took a quick look up, and he gave me that just a little bit of top corner, and fortunately enough, it picked it off.
You seem to be going to the net more. You're doing more creative things in the offensive zone. Does it all boil down to confidence?
Well, I think that's a big key. You know, when you walk in as a rookie, you're a little jittery, you're a little nervous. Sometimes it doesn't go your way, and I think it takes a good year to settle in, adjust to the players, and as it goes on, my main goal is to try to better myself every year and kind of climb the ladder, and I feel like I have more confidence out there, and I'm feeling more myself, so it's a nice feeling. I just hope I can help contribute the rest of the year, too. And tonight's a big one. We got to win this game, especially after last night.
All right, congratulations on a great start and continued success.
Thanks a lot.
Pat LaFontaine, our guest between periods. The Islanders lead 3-2. Coming up in NHL.
The third period with the Islanders leading the Rangers 3-2.
No, the Rangers have not won a game this year going into the third period when they be trailing. Islanders have won 7, only lost 1 when they're winning going into the third period. We'll watch for that.
Ristolainen carries the puck. James Patrick picks it up. In the second period, starting the second period, the Islanders were able to take the momentum away from the Rangers after the Rangers had scored late in the first. Let's see what happens here in the third. Smith steering that puck aside. Ridley trying to keep it in. We were talking while we were away in commercial about the fact that the Islanders have really done a good job of checking Greshner and Pavlich.
They haven't had a shot on net yet tonight, either one of them. And, you know, they've had a few power plays. They've had 4 power plays. And Pavlich and Greshner both play in the power play. Pavlich plays probably a little bit more in the power play than Greshner.
Well, big day in football for the home teams. Jets win in overtime. Leahy, 33-yard field goal. Jets take over first place in the AFC East, and the Giants win to stay tied with Dallas for first place in the NFC East. Big win for the Giants over St. Louis. Giants play Cleveland next week. Jets play on Thanksgiving in Detroit. Laidlaw has the puck. Ledger gets it back to Greshner. Finds Erickson in center. Now Brook. Bob Brook with 8 goals this season in 21 games.
Tonelli just let Greshner go this time.
Why do you think that's happening?
I don't know. Absolutely has to be. He's not concentrating at all. he doesn't look like the same guy tonight that I've seen him play over the years. I mean, he's not aggressive in the corners and like he usually is. Very different.
Puck cleared out by Flatley. Richmond comes back for it. Checked by Kortko. Good job by Roger Kortko. Gilbert after the puck, but stopped by Huber. Huber wraps him up. Gilbert gets the puck into the goal line. Richmond is there. Kortko on him. Kortko pulls him down.
Gets away with a penalty.
Couldn't clear. Flatley gets it to Kortko. Throws it right through the crease. Osborne's over there. Now Miller. Into the Islanders zone. Gordonine back for it. A little over 2 minutes gone by in the third period. 3-2 Islanders leading it as Thomas Janssen rushes. It's the first of 4 straight road games for the Islanders. They go to Minnesota next and play their Wednesday night. Hamway took it back across the line. The Islanders are offside with 17:35 to go, third period. Hanpa and Mikko Makala have been injured. They were expecting a lot from them. Potvin has been hurt. Nystrom has been hurt. Brent Sutter was hurt. Gilbert just returned from injury. A tough year for injuries for the Islanders. James Patrick shoots it in the Islanders zone. Smith stops the puck for Trottier. Slides it down, rolls down into the Rangers zone. Ledyard back for it. Very quiet start to the third period. Sandstrom throwing it in, avoiding the check of Dwayne Sutter. Paul Boudelier fires it out of the zone. Laidlaw chased by Dwayne Sutter. Around the Ledyard. Now it's Ridley. Ridley carries across with Greshner and Brook. Ridley ridden down, and Smith covers the puck with 16:30 to go.
Stepan Pearson was very, very angry at the end of that second period because he thought that Ridley should have had a penalty on him. And Al Arbor continued to argue with Van Hellemond for a good minute after we went away to commercial.
Shabbat has scored in the third period. Sinisalo with his 11th in the third period for Philadelphia, tied 4-4. LA at Chicago, no score. They're just underway in the first period in Chicago. Ledyard shot deflected over the top, back behind the net. Pearson battles with Osborne. Kelly Miller does a good job on Tonelli. Puck worked around on the near side. Laidlaw comes down to try and keep it in, but Pearson picks it up. Pearson slowed down by Osborne, finds Tonelli. Scott stuffs the puck for Laidlaw. 4 minutes gone by, third period. 3-2 Islanders. Gordonine, who started the season in Springfield, was recalled with some of those injuries to Randy Boyd and to Dennis Potvin back on defense. The late offside on the Islanders. Rangers play the puck, and the offside is wiped out. Off the stick of Helmanen into the Islanders zone. Smith stops the puck. Around to the near side for Neil Coulter. Coulter tied up by Erickson. Now Dineen lifts it out. Islanders will play at Minnesota, Winnipeg, and Calgary on the road trip. Rangers play at home against the Calgary Flames Wednesday night, then go on the road to Washington and Pittsburgh. Friday and Saturday. Smith just gobbles up the rolling puck, waits for the whistle to blow.
And whether maybe he just is a little burnt out.
Really? He had all summer to rest this year.
I don't know. I mean,
he had the holdout too. He didn't report till.
Yeah, that could be affecting him too.
Well, after training camp.
No, but he just doesn't. There's something lacking. I don't know what it is.
Richmond back for the puck. Kortko forechecking on him.
Probably people his age, but he's only 28. Give me a break.
Ben Leiter, who scored his first NHL goal in the first period, lifts it up into the Islander bench. 14:43 to go in this third period. This program is authorized by Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this event, including the imposition of a charge for viewing the program without the express written consent of Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated, is prohibited.
You know, this is a big game for the Rangers, I think. That win last night, they could sweep this home-and-home series. It's almost like 8 points.
Sure.
You don't get back anymore.
They give them a 3-point lead on the Islanders in the standings. Puck cleared up the boards. Kept in by James Patrick. And by Jan Eriksson along the boards. Whistle stops play. A hand pass was whistled. James Patrick off the stick of Trottier. Pearson plays the puck. In only one pass Trottier. James Patrick has the puck. And taken by Bossy. James Patrick with Bossy bearing down on him. Sends it around. Basson stops it for Bossy. Trottier lingering in the slot. Is taken back. The Islanders regain possession. Trottier drives one in. It was blocked by Greshner. Brook. Now Brook coming in. Tied up, hooked a little bit by Pearson. Brook still has the puck. Tied up by Pearson along the boards. Bossy clears to Trottier, rather to Basson. Basson stopped by Ledyard, and Laidlaw plays the puck. Islanders change. Rangers come back. Eriksson across the line. Intercepted by Janssen, who clears the zone.
Boy, the Islanders just having two guys back, one guy in. Now they look at this. That's set up. You can see it on your screen, left of your screen. See LaFontaine forechecking. The other guy didn't fall as in, but you see Dwayne Sutter. He's supposed to be the back man.
Sandstrom coming in, whacked at by Deneen again. Sandstrom still with the puck, centering. Ledyard stops it, throws it in front. Smith off his stick. Sandstrom going for it, beaten to it by LaFontaine. Comes out with Hamway and Dwayne Sutter. LaFontaine for Dwayne Sutter. Saves Scott.
Good stuff.
First shot on goal for the Islanders in this period after 7 minutes and 15 seconds. Big save for Scott. Important save. Good setup for Dwayne Sutter. Here's Hamway. Cross ice pass intercepted by Ledyard. Right up by Tonelli. Ledyard setting it down, but this will be an icing call as Deneen makes the touch around the boards. Coulter after it with Richmond. Richmond picks up the puck. Pushes it ahead for Miller. It's behind him. Morrow makes the touch, and icing was called. The pass came from the Rangers side of the red line all the way across the goal line. Kelly Miller, 1 of 4. Michigan State.
Pretty even.
12 minutes to go, third period. They're going at it along the near side.
Well,
James Patrick.
Ted Sater is matching lines pretty well tonight.
Flatley and James Patrick went down. Drop pass to Allison, who centers across. Portko comes out with a puck and hits Flatley. Flatley against James Patrick. Nice feed for Greg Gilbert. He got dumped by Steve Patrick. Portko sends it around the glass. James Patrick tied up with Greg Gilbert. Puck worked free and out of the zone. Janssen puts it right back in the Ranger zone. Rogers picks it up. Brook tries to hit Allison and does. Allison against Janssen. Deneen comes back as Janssen and Allison do some pushing and shoving. Trottier clears the zone, just missed Bossy. He uses the stick on Ledyard. Laidlaw trying to clear, was blocked by Trottier. On the far side, that's Basson, number 28, to Bossy. Back pass, Deneen off the skate. Picked up by Eriksson. 10:40 to go, third period. 3-2 Islanders. Still checking is the story of the game thus far in the third period. Only 3 shots on goal total for both teams. Basson intercepts. Trottier comes in. Tries to beat Bossy. Crowd roars as both Trottier and then Bossy got dumped. Basson has the puck though. Taken back by Greshner. Brook able to clear the zone. Bossy coming in. Play in the Rangers zone as Greshner gets hit high by Bossy. And a penalty called. Bossy's going to go. Brook comes in. The late penalty upcoming on the Islanders. Erickson with a puck. In front. Knocked away by Smith from Richmond. Islanders get over. Try to play the puck. Rangers have the extra skater on. Now.
Ronnie Greshner's smart. He's staying away. He doesn't want to get a penalty.
Rangers still in control. That shot by Huber is stopped.
Trying to call and get him into it.
And Bossy will go. 9:41 to go, third period. Pavlich, Ridley, Sandstrom, Ruotsalainen, James Patrick on side of the net, knocked away by Smith. Morrow couldn't clear. Patrick stops it. Pass knocked down. Good play by Morrow, who rushes out. Danny Morrow dumps it in. Ruotsalainen plays the puck. It's Sandstrom. Hooked and pulled down by Flatley.
Wow.
Got a break there.
Yep.
Big hook by Flatley. Janssen has the puck, clears it. And 25 to go, and the penalty to Mike Bossy. 9 minutes to go, third period. Islanders 3, Rangers 2. Ruotsalainen tries to find a way in, dumps it around. Smith stops it for Pearson, drives it. Off the glass, kicked ahead and out of the zone. Coulter and Brent Sutter. Sutter comes across the line with a shot, wide.
See how Scott was down already?
Did go down quick. Ledyard has the puck. 1 minute to go on the Rangers power play. Pavlich across the line. Pearson meets it. Pavlich feeds to Helminen. Helminen back pass to Ledyard. Stops it. Beats Pavlich. Pavlich looks around. Feeds Ledyard. The shot wide. The rebound to Helminen. Helminen back pass to Ledyard. Couldn't keep it in. 35 seconds to go on the power play. Ledyard drops it in. Around the ledge it goes. Smith stops it. Pearson plays it. Trottier trying to clear. Has the puck and does clear. Ruotsalainen picks it up. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Feed for Greshner. Greshner met by Gilbert. Sends it in. In the corner, Ruotsalainen hits the back of the net. Ruotsalainen and Janssen in the corner. Greshner there with Gilbert. Helminen has the puck. James Patrick to Helminen. Helminen checked by Gilbert. Helminen, back pass, James Patrick, over to Brook, couldn't control it. Morrow comes over, penalty's over. Helminen to Brook, Brook shoots, it's blocked by Morrow. Brook beats Helminen, Helminen to Brook. Greshner was cross-checked by Janssen, and again, twice, and Greshner goes back at him. He's got to watch out, and Helminen looking at the two of them. Puck cleared out, 7:20 to go, third period, 3-2 Islanders. Greshner taps it in. Got the stick up. Greshner's gone. Got the stick up on Janssen. It was bound to happen. Delayed penalty. The whistle is not blown. Smith came out of the net and fed LaFontaine. Now the whistle stops play. 7:04 to go in the third period, and the Islanders will have a power play.
Well, you knew it was going to happen. Van Hellemond wasn't calling. Finally, he did.
Only one shot on goal. Rangers with 3. And we played 13 minutes. But a power play opportunity for the Islanders. LaFontaine. Pearson drives it around. Stopped by Scott. Sutter ties up Scott. The net was empty. Unfortunately for the Rangers, the puck was batted back down. Islanders touch it and get a hand pass whistle as the puck was knocked down at the point by Boudelier. LaFontaine was hoping one of the Rangers would touch it first, but instead the hand pass was whistled as time was ticking off on the power play advantage. Boudelier surprisingly has no goals this season. He's got a big shot.
Yeah, he does.
But has been unable to put it in the net this season. And I should know, he's one of my defensemen. 6:32 to go in the third period. 1:25 to go in the Islander power play. Stops the puck. Huber got bumped by Brent Sutter. Sutter has the puck. Save is made. Where's the rebound? It's still loose. Sutter knocked away.
By Sampson.
Janssen shoots wide. Just wide. Dineen has the puck. Dineen to Janssen. Janssen to Trottier. Trottier shoots. It was blocked in front, and the rebound knocked aside, wide. Bossy behind the net. Huber on him. Huber, double teamed by Brent Sutter. And Bossy. Kicked away by Huber. Goes after Bossy and pulls him down.
Boy, he got a little penalty, Huber there.
And the puck cleared out. 40 seconds to go on the penalty to Ron Greshner. 5:40 to go in the third period. 3-2 Islanders. Boudelier drives it in. Trottier stops the puck along the boards. Laidlaw is over there. Brent Sutter is there. Laidlaw sends it around. Boudelier. Brent Sutter tried to hit Bossy. Broken up in front by Laidlaw. Sandstrom comes out. Poked away by Trottier in a good play. 15 seconds to go in the power play for the Islanders. Janssen shoots. It's off the stick of James Patrick up into the crowd. 5:14 to go in the third period. 10 seconds to go in the penalty to Ron Greshner. One shot on goal on this power play for the Islanders.
And the Islanders came very close to scoring a goal on the hard work of Brent Sutter. And Ronnie Scott made a pretty good save in that one shot that he did have. I think he's had a couple.
Al Arbor surveying the situation. The Rangers with 5 minutes and 14 seconds left to try and get that tying goal. It's been a defensive third period. Morrow sending it around. Brook is able to come up with a puck. Greshner is set to return. Brook carries. Greshner is back. Team's at full strength. Brook comes in against Leiter. Brook looking up ice. Now turns. Goes it across. It was blocked by Leiter. Erickson has it for James Patrick right through his skate. Ruotsalainen shoots. Save Smith.
Good blast by Ray Ruotsalainen that time. Good save by Smith.
4:45 to go in the third period. 3-2 Islanders. Greshner looking across, tries to hit Ruotsalainen with a long pass. Greshner gets it again. Poked away by Boudelier. Ruotsalainen comes in.
Oh, good move.
Got around Flatley. The shot. Score! Right through the legs of Billy Smith.
Ray Ruotsalainen scores the goal, and I'm going to tell you the move was made at the blue line. Right here. What a move he made on Flatley. And then a quick snapshot. And Billy Smith, not very sharp. Now watch Smitty. Watch the goaltender now. Watch him. He's surprised by this quick snapshot. Maybe he doesn't see it, but it goes right between his legs. He's got to be able to see that one. Into the net. The Rangers tie this game up.
4:25 to go in the third period. 3-3 the score. It's the first time the Rangers have been tied since early in this game, since the Islanders scored at 2:30 of the first period. Sandstrom, second goal of the game for Ruotsalainen. Good shot. Smith makes the stop.
What a move by Rail.
Rail Ruotsalainen has 4 Islanders called for icing with 3:59 to go in the third period. Tied 3-3. Erickson and Greshner still coming through with big plays. 2 assists each in the game. Rangers putting the pressure on with 3:50 to go in regulation time. Tied 3-3. Islanders have had 2-goal leads twice in this game at 2-0 and 3-1. Puck still alive. Finally, the whistle blows, stopping play along the boards. And once again, as we pointed out, the Islanders guilty of blowing a lead in the game.
We said it at the beginning. It looked like they were sitting on it. Boy, what a move he made at the blue line on Pat Flatley. Wow. And how many times did I say it? He loves to go to that left side and shoot by that faceoff down because he's got that. He leans away and snaps it back. Beautiful shot.
Islanders just 2 shots on goal in this third period. Rangers have had 6. Put in front. Sandstrom shoots. Blocked. Save Smith. Oh. Sandstrom still going at it, and they're going at him.
Billy Smith just absolutely.
James Patrick and Billy Smith involved.
Yeah, well, he's got his mask on.
And now Patrick and Coulter are wrapped up.
But I'm going to tell you, Sandstrom took a stick from Billy Smith right up.
Dineen going, still trying to get at Sandstrom.
Ruotsalainen should drop his stick there and grab on.
Well, Dineen went right at Sandstrom after Smith went at Sandstrom.
Billy Smith, though, has got to get a penalty for using that stick on Sandstrom. He came up with it.
Well, things settling down. Dineen is gone. Sandstrom is going off. We'll see what the penalties will be in a moment. In any event, it's tied 3-3.
You'll watch this before we go to commercial. What the penalties are, we've seen the penalty box as James Patrick and Thomas Sandstrom, the Rangers. Kevin Dineen is in the penalty box, but
Gord Dineen.
That's from Hartford. Gord Dineen. See, now you're up one again. That's okay. And Brent Sutter, I'll tell you, he came in and just punched Thomas Sandstrom, and what a stick Billy Smith gave. Sandstrom was poking at the puck, and hey, look. One thing I remember John Ferguson saying, until you hear that whistle, don't stop trying to put that puck in the net. And the whistle had not blown yet.
They're working on the island. Let's hear the penalty.
Receives 2 minutes for high sticking. Number 31 of the Islanders, Bill Smith, receives 2 minutes for roughing. Number 28 of the Rangers, Thomas Sandstrom, receives 2 minutes for high sticking. And number 3 of the Rangers, James Patrick, receives 2 minutes for roughing.
What?
It's a wash.
Time of all 4 penalties, 16 minutes, 30 seconds.
Oh, Mr. Van Helleman, please.
30 seconds.
Okay, you got the penalties on 16:30, the time of those penalties.
So no loss of manpower. Rangers lose Sandstrom and James Patrick for 2 minutes. Dineen is in the penalty box, and Neil Coulter will serve Billy Smith's penalty. 3:30 to go, third period, 3-3 the score. Rangers were applying the pressure, and Billy Smith came up with a big save. Let's not forget that.
Absolutely, he did make a fantastic save. I guess we can't forget that.
Number 32, Neil Coulter.
Ronnie Gresham talking to referee.
Bill Smith.
I don't know what the problem is. I thought it had to be some. No, I guess it doesn't. Sure, it has to be somebody on the ice with matching penalties.
Could be.
Absolutely. And was Coulter on the ice? I can't.
Yes, he
remember.
was.
He was on the
because
ice.
he got
Okay.
wrapped up with James Patrick. They
Okay.
were wrestling right after that melee broke out. Flyers have gone ahead of the Penguins with Sinisalo getting his second of the game, 12th of the season, and Chicago leads, or rather LA leads Chicago. Wells, Nichols, and Dion for LA. Secord for Chicago.
Boy, Chicago having their troubles.
Here's Bossy breaking down the right side. He took himself offside. He was ahead of the puck. Offside on the play. Almost a break. Boy, Bossy is so quick breaking down that right wing.
Sure is.
There he is. Morrow with the puck. Sent in by Basson. Led off the boards by Scott. His puck, Basson comes away, beats Bossy. Bossy turns. Backhand to Trache, just missed. What a setup.
Wide open in front of that net.
Out comes Erickson. 2:45 to go in the third period. Erickson against Leiter. Leiter's got him wrapped up. Erickson trying to work his way free, but the Islanders have the puck. Bossy and Trache. How many times have we called their names? Offside, just ahead of the play, was Bo in the third period. Stopped by Scott for Ruotsalainen, chased by Mark Hamway. Ruotsalainen beats Ridley. Ridley on the rush. Pavlich on the left side. Off 3-3 the score. Ruotsalainen getting his second of the game to tie it. Ridley taking the puck away. LaFontaine goes back for it. Pavlich after him. On the boards. Good hit along the boards. Shot by Ridley got blocked. The hit was by Steve Patrick. LaFontaine comes down. Against Laidlaw. Rides him down. Ledyard has the puck with 1:45 to go in regulation time. Osborne with Ledyard flying on the right side. Osborne shoots, stick to side by Smith. Pavlich has the puck. Pavlich for Laidlaw, he fanned on the shot. And Janssen comes back with 1:30 to go. Good play by Osborne tying up Janssen. Rangers have the puck. 1:20 to go in regulation time.
Oh, what was that?
That pass by Ledyard, it's going to be an icing with 1:16 to go in. And Greshner loose in the circle. Flatley has the puck. Flatley against James Patrick. Flatley hit by Ruotsalainen. Center. Scott knocked it away. Flatley still has the puck. 1 minute remains in the third period. Flatley and Ruotsalainen wrestling. Greshner comes over. Brook couldn't clear. Tonelli has the puck. 55 seconds to go. Brook and Tonelli tied up. Knocked ahead by Morrow. Worked ahead, but cleared out by Ruotsalainen. Flatley really worked hard on that effort in the Ranger zone. Here comes Morrow with 40 seconds. The shot gloved by Scott. It would have gone wide. James Patrick beats Brook. Tried to lift it clear. It was knocked down by Tonelli. It's still loose in the circle. Brook comes over. 30 seconds to go. Eriksson taps it out. Janssen is there. Now Morrow from the red line. Back into the Ranger zone. 20 seconds to go in regulation time. Laidlaw around. Ledyard hits Brook. Brook finds Ridley. Ridley comes in. Ridley stops. 10 seconds to go. Brook has the puck. The shot is a save by Smith, and he holds it.
And then Smith gives Pavlich the stick that time. I'll tell you one thing. Billy Smith protects his crease. Now watch the snapshot, but watch Smith's stick, fans.
Wow.
That's a spear. That is a spear.
Rudy did that a couple of times last night to Greshner and Sandstrom.
You know, I really like Billy Smith as a hockey player. I really do. I think he's a tremendous goaltender, and he's a tremendous human being. I mean it. But there's no place in hockey for that sort of stuff. The guy's going to get hurt.
You know what he's going to tell you. If the referees allow him to do it, he's going to do it.
You're right.
He's going to protect his
Absolutely.
territory.
He says that all the time. You're right.
And they allow him to do it, obviously, because it's not called. 7 seconds to go in regulation time. 3-3 the score. And the puck cleared out. This one goes to overtime. Rangers and Islanders in their third meeting of the year. Each team is 1-1, and Reijo Ruotsalainen with the game-tying goal at 15:32. Win came in Los Angeles, opening game of the season. Rangers with 5 losses in overtime and 1 tie.
And you know what they need? They need a guy like Ruotsalainen coming alive offensively.
He's done it before.
He sure does.
Against the Islanders.
He plays well against the Islanders. He gets up for these games.
Beat him in overtime last year with that goal. 5-4. 5 minutes of overtime. Greshner and Trottier on the face-off. Basson trying to push it ahead. Here comes Bossy. Bossy against Brook. Got to get it to Trottier. He's tied up by Laidlaw. Picked up by Ledyard. Up the boards for Jan Eriksson. Into the Islanders zone on a bounce. Played by Smith for Morrow. Up the boards for Bossy. Looks, goes cross ice for Janssen. And drives it around. Half a minute gone by in overtime. Loose puck, played by Trottier with Bob Brook on him. Bossy and Greshner tied up. Ruotsalainen pushing it to Greshner. And out to center ice. Eriksson tied up by Janssen. Basson goes back to Boudelier. Boudelier throws it around the boards. Wayne Sutter over in the corner. He's checked there by Ridley. Ruotsalainen picks up the puck. LaFontaine on him. Ruotsalainen trying to get it up the boards, was blocked by Hamway. Now over comes Dwayne Sutter. Works it free. LaFontaine shoots. It's blocked. Another shot is deflected. And finally Sandstrom comes out with Ridley. Ridley across the line shoots. Going off the leg of Billy Smith. Pearson pushes it ahead. Back come the Islanders. Hamway gets it over to Dwayne Sutter. Left it for LaFontaine, who overskated.
Oh, that was close to being a great play.
Hamway and Dwayne Sutter went down. LaFontaine comes in. Minute and a half gone by in overtime. Pavlich takes out Hamway. Ledyard has the puck, and around it goes to Sandstrom. Sandstrom comes out with James Patrick, feeds Ridley. Ridley across the line against Morrow. Centers. James Patrick is stopped by Smith. The rebound is cleared to the line. Ledyard comes in. He shoots wide. Rebound. Sandstrom. Save.
Saved by Billy Smith there.
And batted out by LaFontaine. Great chances for the Rangers.
Oh, no.
And in comes Tonelli. Score! Is it Gilbert? It's Gilbert. It's Greg Gilbert.
We see it again. Can you believe it? A great save by Billy Smith. And in comes, it happened the same thing the night of the night against Edmonton. A great save by the goaltender and Bangle. And the Islanders come through. A giveaway by Steve Richmond. A cross-ice pass intercepted by Greg Gilbert and bangs it off the goalpost, and the Rangers lose again in overtime.
The Islanders have won it 4-3 at 1:57 of overtime. It's an unassisted goal for Greg Gilbert.
Let's take a look at some saves first. There's one on James Patrick. Now, the puck goes back to Ledger. He misses the net. Watch on the right of your screen, it comes out to Sandstrom, who drives it. And great save. Now LaFontaine with his hand. Richmond just comes on. There's Gilbert. Right of your screen. Blocks the pass, comes in, hits the goalpost, flips it up, hits the goalpost. Right there, off the goalpost, and into the net. There's nothing you can do about that one.
Ronnie Scott is
Look at this. The puck bounces off over the stick of, stick of Steve Richmond. And Richmond goes a cross-ice pass. And watch the right goalpost. Bang! Right off the goalpost into the net.
Ronnie Scott has played 2 games, and he's lost both in overtime. A heartbreaker for Scott. The Islanders defeat the Rangers in overtime on the goal by...
The game winner, but Billy Smith comes up with some big saves in the clutch. He continues to be a Ranger killer. And, Billy, this was a big win for the Islanders.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The Rangers came in last night and embarrassed us, and... you know, being against them in our division, it makes it very tough, and we had to win tonight. It was a must game for us.
How do you rate your performance tonight?
It wasn't bad. Still, I can still get better.
What about the goal Ruotsalainen scored? Did you see the puck? Did you lose your concentration? What happened?
Well, it's funny. He's so good with the puck to start with, and he managed to get Stephen Pearson just in line, and he fired it. I didn't see him release the puck, but I picked up the puck halfway in, and I jammed my legs closed as fast as I could, and I got a piece of it, but it just wasn't enough.
What about your defense tonight? Last night, with Rudy in goal, the Islanders' defense very suspect. Tonight, did you get a better performance overall?
Oh, yeah, definitely. They played better. That's been one of our problems. You know, our defense, our whole team, in fact, plays well for 2 periods, and then for the third period, we've been letting down. Last night, we let down for 3 periods, so it was nice to see everybody have a good game tonight and come back.
All right, let's take a look at some big saves. We'll go into overtime, and we'll pick up some of the action. Ridley on the puck. Lead us through it.
Well, I got to pretty much wait. Okay, he just dumps it out front, and it wasn't really much of a shot. He more or less shoveled it, but, you know, he was too close to me, and he had to get it straight up, and I think if he had done that, it would have went over the net. And they just keep the puck in, and another shot, but like I say, he missed the net on that one, and this is the one that was dangerous right here. He fires it through everybody. I just got my left leg on it, and one of our players bats it out of the end. And we just chased the puck, and it was a foot race, and fortunately, I don't know who was on defense for the Rangers, but he ends up giving it away.
What are you thinking now when this happens?
To be honest with you, from my end, I thought he missed the net. So he must have put it in off the post. But it was a good goal. You can't fault Scott on it. I thought he had a very good game, and like I say, a man comes in on a breakaway and puts it off the goalpost. There's not too much you can do about it.
Smitty, I can't let you go without some questions about the stick. Tonight, you had the stick working pretty wildly as usual. What was the story?
I don't think I hit anybody tonight with a stick. The penalty I got tonight, I hit with my blocker. Big difference. I'm not using my stick. Let's face it, you saw the scrimmage in front of the net. The guy whacked me 3-4 times. No penalty. So what are you going to do? You can't allow that to happen. So I stood up. I started shoving. One of my players grabbed him. Their defenseman came charging in. So I stopped him.
Sweet win for you?
Oh, yeah. It's always nice to win in this building.
Billy Smith, who continues to haunt the Rangers. Career win number 256 tonight. Back upstairs to Sam Rosen.
Thank you, Bruce. 5th win of the year, game of the season. They are 9-7-4. Rangers now 10-10-1, and the Islanders regain possession of 3rd place in the Patrick Division. Only 2 other games in the NHL tonight. The Flyers have won their 17th game of the season. Sinisalo had 2 goals. Poulin had a hat trick. 7-4 is the final. Philadelphia winning it with Darren Jensen in net for the Flyers. And Los Angeles leading Chicago in the 2nd period.